Alright, y'all. I've gone ahead and restarted my stream here. So I hope you're all having a fantastic night. I'm actually just kind of shiny hunting Deoxys here. Let's see. Nope. So while I'm shiny hunting this, it's just kind of interesting to think about the actual island that Deoxys is on, right? Birth Island. It's a super weird place, right? There's like actually nothing else there except for him. I absolutely love that Nintendo put Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Switch. It is phenomenal. Absolutely worth $20. It is 12:38 at night over where I am. Wonder what time it is where you guys are. It's a red boy. Anybody out there comment what kind of things do you guys do while shiny hunting? Earlier today I was watching some like history videos as I was doing some shiny resets for Deoxys here. Man, it's so cool to see one of these old Pokemon games on the big screen, you know? Like I remember when I was a kid and I used to play this and Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald when I was a kid. And I used to be like, wow, man. Like, what if I could play this on the TV? And obviously now I know there were things like the GameCube, Game Boy Player, and stuff like that, but this is just so much better, you know? Oops. 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 All right, that's a red boy. Also, comment if you as well are also still using just a Switch 1 Pro controller, even if you have a Switch 2 like me. Because I mean, like honestly, I really have not had a reason to get a Switch 2 Pro controller. I mean, I have the Switch 2, but I mean, the Switch 1 Pro controller is pretty good. I mean, that's a red boy. We are looking for a yellow boy. So, you know, normally Deoxys is this red and blue color, as you see from that sprite in the overworld, but if it is shiny, then that area where he is red will actually be instead yellow. So that's what we're going for. The odds in this particular generation for shinies is 1 in 8,000. What is it? 1 in 8,192 or something like that. It doesn't even really matter at that point. I mean, like you may as well just keep going. Some people, you know, I've seen some streams lately where some people are hunting like Dratini and they're getting like 16,000 resets. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it with Deoxys. I'm not even keeping count. Red boy. That is a red boy. Also, if anybody out there is wondering, I don't really go for any particular set amount of time or anything like that. I don't really have a schedule. So don't worry about none of that. A little part of me is like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I want a bit of my hunt to at least be archived on the internet, for sure. I mean, if I'm going to reset like 20,000 times, for sure, dog. That's a red boy. You know, in hindsight, it's actually kind of surprising that this was the only way that Game Freak decided, like, oh yeah, like, this is the only way that you could actually hunt for a shiny legendary. Yeah, and just keep resetting the game. I mean, like, what was going through their heads, right? I guess a part of them was like, hmm, it's a little bit like a slot machine, but, friendly because it doesn't cost any money. But I can't really say for sure, because they've made a lot of very strange decisions over the years that, I just, I don't know if anything is on purpose these days. One thing I gotta say about the Deoxys encounter is that it has absolutely phenomenal music. They compose these tracks and then hardly anybody really, in the grand scheme of things, like actually got to listen to the track. But now we are all the same. These Gen 3 graphics really go hard, for sure. There's just something so timeless about them. They're almost like Super Nintendo graphics, right? But perhaps like a little bit higher saturation. Damn, dude. If I got this during this stream, I would literally I would jump and scream for joy. I'd be like, oh my god! That's a red boy. If anybody has any recommendations for, you know, aftermarket pro controllers that have like good D pads, I would definitely appreciate it. So, one thing about my channel is that, I don't actually like put myself on video or anything like that. But, I think it makes it a little bit more real that way. I mean, you could just think of that little chibi in the center of the screen as me. Yeah, that's me for sure. Now, you know what has been absolutely insane during my post-game playthrough, y'all? I caught a frickin' Golbat in Victory Road prior to going through the Elite Four. And so after I defeated the Elite Four, became the champion, got the national decks, I was like, all right, it's time to get a Crobat. Now, this particular Golbat right here, dude, I swear on my life, I have slaughtered entire armies with this thing. Entire armies, and this thing is still not my best friend. Dude, look at its level. 58, dude. It's outrageous. Oopsie. Yeah, one of the things is that all the streamers that I watch actually just went to sleep. And it's like, damn, dude, it's Saturday. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up the slack. The thing is that, I mean, reset hunting like this, it's quite a simple loop, but it's a test of patience. And that's really what shiny hunting is. Right? It's a test of patience because no matter what, no matter if you get it on your third or 30 30,000th attempt, right? You went into it knowing that it could have been either. I, you know, deep down, I really kind of hope that they bring back lower odds, right? Like we had in Fire Red Leaf Green for shinies. I hope they bring back that lower odds. Obviously, I wouldn't expect them to make such a drastic move, right, from Gen 9 to Gen 10, but I mean, I feel like the economy for shinies would certainly benefit from them being much rarer. Because if you look right now, most of the shiny Deoxys that you'll see that are being traded around, I mean, they're all from Pokemon Go, right? And that's not even a game, right? That's an app. That's not a game, right? Like this is a game. And it really is a shame that that mobile apps have gotten the kind of reputation that they have. I mean, like, there's just no reason that games have to be an engine for revenue, right? I mean, like, you can certainly transplant that part of your business to some other aspect, right? It doesn't have to be games, right? It doesn't have to be the main product. Sorry about that, yo. Alright, let's see here. Man, OBS is so easy to use. This is crazy. I haven't even used this software in like months, and yet it still keeps me logged in. I can still stream at the drop of a hat. I'm not sure why my audio capture is not exactly showing on the stream, but I mean, I can hear myself for sure. Anybody out there that ends up seeing this stream, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you're shiny hunting, if you are at all. Obviously, this hobby is only for those that are not faint of heart. That is for sure. Deoxys has always been one of my favorite Pokemon. Always. I guess while I'm going ahead and doing this hunt, I may as well give kind of like a background as to, who I am in terms of Pokemon, right? So, as a Pokemon trainer, I actually have pretty much been a Pokemon trainer my whole life. When I was about 8 years old, I received my first Pokemon game, which was Pokemon Gold for the Game Boy Advance. I'm sorry, Game Boy Color, and that was an amazing game. I loved it, and obviously I got Pokemon Ruby afterwards, and I continued loving it. And in Pokemon Ruby, one day I captured a Makuhita, a very special Makuhita that looked different than other Makuhita. And I was like, what is going on here? And there's like a little sparkle animation. And I showed it to my friend and he told me it was a shiny. And I was like, what? What is that? And he told me it was just like super rare and that I was very, very lucky. And I was like, oh man, that's awesome. That's sick as fuck, dog. I'm gonna put a Zin pouch in real quick. All right, that's a red boy. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, coolios. That's a red boy. It's a red boy. Wow, you know what? There's like absolutely no delay between my PC and my TV right now. It's like absolutely incredible. I can't believe it. It is completely in sync. That is absolutely bizarre. Wow, I wish somebody could be here to look at that with me. That's crazy. Red boy. Red boy.